Jillian. I chose the poem Barbie Doll by Marge Piercy for my paper. I chose it because one of the main reasons I chose it is because it gives an insight on how life can be for girls and how they end up viewing themselves after people point out things that they don't like about them, even though they're just their features and they point it out because they don't like it. And it like really lets people know how unrealistic and unimportant beauty standards are for women and how they've been like that for a while now. I started this paper by pointing out what exactly Marge Piercy is going to be talking about and continued that by comparing what she wrote to her background and how she related to the story. I used her website and read her bio to understand her background more and compare her. I used an outline to organize my paper by sorting out the elements of the poem, and then I wrote down my thoughts on the poem and how the elements fit into my thoughts and how they all connected. But if I could do it again, the things I would do differently, I would definitely research a lot more about the poem and read more about Marge Piercy to get a better understanding of why she wrote it, and I would read more of her poems to better understand it and get an insight on her. I would focus more on the theme instead of using all of like I just wrote the elements. I would focus more on the theme of that than the elements. My thesis statement was Barbie Doll by Marge Piercy is a representation of how beauty standards can and will affect girls and women across the world today. I wrote this like it to prove that beauty standards are unrealistic and are only set to make women feel like they have to look a certain way or they're not welcome and make women insecure and unhappy about the way they are. One of my main talking points was about that and about how women, no matter if they're smart or not, they're considered less, or it seems like they're considered less unless they look a certain way. And I used Marge Piercy's words, and she quoted it. I'm quoting her. She said she was healthy and tested intelligent, and she continued on by saying everyone saw a fat nose and thick legs, and that just helps to prove that no matter what, like no matter how smart women are, if someone said something to them in the past about their looks, it's like stays in their mind, and that's all you think about because you think that everyone's just looking at that. And it just really proves that beauty standards are unrealistic and kind of silly, because she was smart and she had things going for her, but the author wrote, she still couldn't get past the fact that someone had said that to her. So it just helps prove that it's just unrealistic. And I drew a picture to help prove the visual, and it's kind of weird. It's on my iPad. I'll add it to the video. I drew this would be before someone said something to her about her looks, and then I drew this to prove you're gonna fix what you think is wrong with you. And she got all those surgeries to fix her issues and it didn't help. She was still upset, so I drew that. Yeah.